Football League, where we've got ourselves a Super Bowl 50 rematch. It's the Broncos and the Panthers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. On play action, now Manning. The Sanders has got it complete. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 44-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Manning now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Here's Manning to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Play action, Manning. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Manning. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
This week, such an important one for his entire offense, but for him especially. He wants to start this new season off strong. He's got big plans for this year, wants it to be one where he finishes among the league's best while leading his team to the postseason. A strong opening week is a great start to that, and can create momentum that carries over not just to next week, but the next few weeks as well. A rising tide raises all ships, and if he can start this season off strong, his offense will benefit.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Newton. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Play action, it's Newton. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on third down, Newton. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Now Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's go.
That one complete to again. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Manning on the bootleg. It's caught by Sanders. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Manning. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And he will have a Broncos first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4 and he got 4 on 3rd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. This is 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
shotgun now for Manning. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His fourth catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Holding offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing now is Manning. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. In motion, the tight end. Now Manning. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. To throw, it's Manning. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Now Manning. Oh, he bowls over him. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos are able to add on to that lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And running with power here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. Got him in. That's Ligon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
At the 29-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now Newton. And it is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Newton to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Shifts by him. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers are back within a score.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal. But we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here. And they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14 to 10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Manning to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now a play fake. Manning. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just got to wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he can just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a 4th down.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Off play action. Newton. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 8. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Here's Newton. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Manning now to throw. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 2nd and a couple. On play action. Now Manning. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Now Manning. A little juke. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Throwing is Manning. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. Bucky Irving, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Quentin Johnston, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Russell Wilson, a touchdown pass in the victory.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he takes this near to 25, just a little pass there, call it to 26. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Now they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be second down.
At the 25-yard line.
Now the ball comes loose. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's some good hard running there as he pushes his way forward for about 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now Manning on the bootleg. Thomas brings it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Manning. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
On play action, it's Manning. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
This 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Manning. Open man, and again it's Sutton.
And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw is Manning. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That one was thrown into the end zone, and when they made a play on the ball, it was actually tipped up in the air. And that's not ideal for anyone on defense, because what you're ordinarily taught is to knock the ball down towards the ground, almost like a volleyball player coming over the top and spiking it to make sure that the offensive guys can't catch it on the rebound.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal. is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. This from 25 yards out. Boswell's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Newton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Now it's Newton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Broncos offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Manning. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Manning. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 11. Over the middle, complete. It's Sanders. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd down and 8.
Shrugs him off. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so. Bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 on multiple defenders.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they do a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was the goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
They fake the give. Newton. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Powers through.
And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down.
48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And quick throw here, that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
At the Broncos' 41-yard line.
Now Newton.
That one completes him again.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Newton to throw. Complete. Smith has it. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 27-yard line.
To the air again, Newton. Oh, he stays up. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Denver's offense now set to go. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. So after the INT, it's Manning. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Manning to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Manning going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Complete to number 30. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Broncos.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got some space here. And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper. And they'll indeed take a knee. 2nd and 11 now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. The CD always a little extra excitement for week 1 and one of our early window games here in